Ay, 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 ay. Hey. You know what they say? Early bird catches the worm. Wake up strong, freshen up, start your day, and don't carry along the troubles of yesterday to today. If you tried yesterday and you failed today, well, I'm happy to announce to you that today is a brand new day and a clean slate. Let's start off fresh and let's make the moves. Let's make those decisions and let's take those steps that are going to bring us closer to the life that we want to live. Let's get our day started.
Oh man, I can't remember the last time, like walking on a tightrope. Life as we know it. Trust me, sometimes it feels like walking on a tightrope actually. I can't remember the last time I sat back like this to relax, man. It's one meeting or one, calls and deals and sometimes it's exhausting, but I love it because life before then was actually very empty. I could just sit back and breathe and feel this weight on my chest. Like, you know, when you know that you have potential to be something, to be better, and then you're just not there. You know that you have everything mentally to win, but you're just not getting it. Right now, I sit back to watch TV in 5 minutes, I'm already tired of it. I just want to go back to my laptop or check my phone and check what's going on. But hey, guys, if anyone had told me that I would get to a point where even relaxation to me seems like a waste of time, I wouldn't have believed, honestly speaking. It's one thing to the other when it comes to work. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's off, but I think I love the idea of being productive. I love the idea of being productive. I think it makes you come alive. There's something it does to your brain when you wake up and you know that you have a purpose, you have a goal, and you have set for yourself certain things that you know you must achieve. Not necessarily within a period of time. I don't like to give time frames. There is no time limit to when or how you can do things. But the issue is just taking it one step at a time. Begin one day, take it after another day, continue going. The process, repetition is key. And trust me, you are definitely going to see results. Check out all the other stars, people who have made it in other fields, music, movies, footballers. Ask them what the secret was. Repetition. I don't want to dig deep into all those other stories, but hey, look at me. I shared with you my story, how I came about, how I got into trading, how I just met this young man at a diner where I worked, and he spilled coffee. I went over there to clean, and then I saw his phone. I just peeked, and that was it. Networking, social networking, it's actually very important. These things would go a long way. Stop being the introverted guy or girl. Stop saying you don't want to meet or don't want to see people. No, ask questions. I put out a Telegram channel there. Meet, interact, leave your questions there. There's a lot you stand to gain there. Easy to answer questions. There's bonuses, 50% top up on your first deposit. And of course, you have amazing mentors there who are going to be serving as companions. So we are ready to hold your hand and walk this journey. I don't know what it is that you're still waiting for, but I'm here to let you know that there's money to be made. And it's too much for me. There's a lot of money to go around. You understand me? So stop living average. If you don't like the life that you're living, you are not a bloody tree. Move. You are not a bloody tree. Let's move. Get started, get ready for your day, be hyped, and let's go. Okay, starting our trader's routine, I have already prepared the charts for the whole day. And on the first one, we can highlight such reversal movements. So we have a channel within which we can open trades. And of course, right now I'm waiting for a decline, but of course, time will tell. Now here we have a different situation and a steady sideways movement. Specifically highlighted it with 2 bands, and now I'm waiting for a move inside the channel in the coming hours, and or we will continue if to fall if the breakout was true. Now and here we have an upward trend movement also with the channel, and it's the same essence everywhere, my friends. So we connect the highs and all the lows, of course, and we get such figures. Now an upward pullback is obvious here, although let's not get ahead of ourselves. So, okay, here the situation is very simple. Now, a concise trend line was broken to the upside. Now, this is a bullish signal, but there could also be a return to the upper part. Now, let's see what else we have. Okay, so here's just a decline of the asset within the trend, a rather boring and inconvenient chart. So here we have a fan, an expanding formation on which we are opening our first trade. Now the essence is simple. There's a bounce from the upper border of this figure, so we are waiting for a decline to its lower part. Now we can now switch to a 1 minute time frame to see the movement in details. Now I'll say a few words about today's trading. It's Saturday, by the way. Now the main forex exchanges are closed, so we are trading OTC. These are over-the-counter deals available 24/7 every day of the week. Now it can only be conditionally called trading without intermediaries, and it's the only option for trading on weekends. So pros always available, and the average profitability is higher. Now cons, more volatile, less predictable movements. So get that. Now while you are a beginner, trade classic currency pairs and only use OTC on weekends and out of great necessity. Now there are tools more for pros. Now, okay, my first trade is in profit. Now let's take a break from the chart and we have the whole day ahead. Okay, time has made its adjustments after a couple of hours, and now we see a breakout of one of the channels. Such situations are powerful signals to enter the market. So I'm in, there's a structure, and if it breaks, like now, the development of events just begins. It starts to unfold. So, well, let's look at the chart on a smaller scale. Even here, there's a local downtrend, and we are just bouncing off its upper border right now. So I'm sure another dive is guaranteed. Now let's see what's happening on the other pairs. Okay, here is an important movement. Now, earlier I assumed the asset could return to the channel. Now, but it's consolidated below, so we expect a decline. Now here's another currency pair, and here we have a highly predictable triangle. For now, we are waiting for a bounce from its lower border, or we will trade the breakout. And let's look at our fan. Okay, it's a bit stuck at its ceiling here, boring, so we skip it. Now our assets, meanwhile, is almost done trading, just a few seconds left. Now, okay, everything is great here. Now took profit right on the edge, and now it's time to choose a new asset for a trade. And I have more, like 5 options more, so I'm making a weighted decision. I admit, honestly, I like the triangle. We will trade from the bounce from its lower border. And guys, it in the right place at the right time. Couldn't be better. Now, essentially, we have a price reversal in the format of, such a tight cluster. Now, the asset stopped, we entered, and now we are preparing to head to the very top of the figure. Now, we just need to wait half a minute and take our money. And today, I will trade only by these figures, friends, and this is what constant trading based on technical analysis and patterns looks like. Now, you get up, brew coffee, draw figures, and start looking for entry moments. And so the whole day passes. Meanwhile, we have some questions about the quote. Now, let's find out what's happening with the price. Well, bulls and bears are fighting for fractions of a percent of growth. And I hope I won't have to hedge this trade. 3 more seconds, 2, 1, awesome. Let's take a pause, friends. The chart will run away from us. So today I'm showing you the real trading of real professionals, guys. And of course, it's harder than just entering, based on indicators. But of course, this is how huge fortunes are built. So if you want to start trading the right way, it's high time you join the team. Head on over to my Telegram channel. Of course, using the link in the description. I think I drop it every time, it's there. And of course, dive into my content. Live it, breathe it, eat it, dream it. And you find free trading content and signals there. My personal market insights and a bit of humor, like an open access. So of course, well, that's said and done. I think if you want even more right now, just drop a DM and I'll make you an offer that, of course, you cannot deny. That's said and done. Let's continue. Okay, while we were doing our things, I think the market was moving. And now I see an important change regarding the channel. Now I moved its border lower because a second bounce is forming at the same level. Now I'm waiting for a conditional growth from here. Be ready to make such adjustments as well. So here we have a bullish growth. The quote went to the moon and maybe important news came out. Well, and of course I'm using this moment. Okay, so now our triangle, it was broken to the upside, but the price is returning back and complete uncertainty. So for now, we skip this asset. There's also no clarity yet from what I'm seeing with the ascending channel, and upward bounce started. Maybe later we'll trade its retest. So, well, and with this trend line, there are only few questions for now. Now let's return to our current trade for now, and it's the only normal signal to enter the market, so which is exactly why I'm trading here. Overall, from what I see, on the minute candles, everything is fine here. So for now, we are just waiting and we can look at other quotes while the expiration is coming to an end. And I still want to find a good option for a trade. Now, okay, I still like this channel. Now, let's enter the market right away, especially since everything is okay with the previous pair. Now, immediately, all the focus is on the channel, and yes, we can, for interest, even look at it on the daily chart. As you can see, it's a completely different picture here. So for 4 days, the price is squeezed and into a narrow range. This is exactly the channel I was drawing on the hourly time frame. And this is just an episode of a larger sideways movement. And that takes up whole months of trading on the exchange. And okay, we are interested in what's happening here and now. So, but I hope you get my point. And of course, check higher time frames to see the big picture. Now, well, micro scales are either a working tool or just a way to track the quote movement at the moment of an opening trade. So the broker gives you a whole range of convenient options. Now you use the entire offering and you will earn just like me. I bet you. Let's take a break again. We have plenty of time. Okay, champions, after a few hours, we are making adjustments again. Slightly corrected the lower border of the ascending channel. And to see this retest, now I'll show it to you much more clearly. So here it is. The asset tried to return to the channel, but of course it couldn't. Now, if retests are successful, you can safely open in the direction of a completed breakout. So now let's do it right now. A bounce from the level is the only reason to enter. So on the decline, of course, and that's quite enough for us. So for interest, we can now see what's happening on other pairs, other currency pairs. For this, it's better to use the hourly time frame, which will show us the most important nuances on a larger scale. So the sideways is boring for now, but the triangle is thoroughly broken to like the downside. So here you can open a good trade on the decline again, and a structure break, of course. Here everything is quite boring for now. So let's just return to the current trade, and only after that will we make a decision about the next one. Okay, for now I see quite a favorable development of events. We wait a few more seconds and get ready to take our money. And yes, no need to worry about this trade. So immediately we look for a new one. Now, maybe it makes sense to trade the trend line. Yeah, I'm not sure about it. It gives me very mixed feelings. Probably I won't reinvent this wheel and will open maybe another trade on a retest of the channel's top. So yes, my friends, that will be the right decision, of course. Well, while the expiration is going on, let me summarize some results very quickly of today's trading. So this is that very correct professional trading. I can vouch for it. The way professionals who know how to take money from the market, this is how they move. Now they open the chart, they draw figures, they make their plan, and then they act. Now that's all the nuances, my friends. And at the same time, they have ready figures that they can use thoroughly the whole day. Now they don't trade everything, but they catch good moments, choosing very carefully the best situations. Now, for example, right now I entered on the retest, okay? Now, although I looked at other currency pairs, Nothing better was found. So I'm just making 2 trades in a row. And I'm sure I'll take my money here. Just a few seconds left. And yes, over $1,000 net profit. Guys, how do you like that for 12 hours of trading? Just breaks for rest. All right, so tell me, what are some of your hobbies? And I guess looking at me from a distance, you would think this is the type of guy who never picks up a book, but there you're wrong. I read at some point that power is one thing that comes from unforeseen forces. They say the pen is mightier than the sword, and I think nothing beats intellectual strength. And of course, if you think that just training your body is all that you need, then you're deceiving yourself. Now, through trading, I've been able to meet different kinds of people from different walks of life. And sometimes they would throw conversations about things that you may or may not be familiar with, be it politics, sports, religion, whatever it is going on around the world. And there is just something about you that speaks better, like your presence, your voice precedes even your presence. Once you open your mouth, you are already letting a potential partner, a business partner know who you are and the kind of person that you can be if you are worth working with. Now, throughout my time, this is a hobby that I picked up as a young boy, and I dropped it at some point because you feel that, oh, you might be wasting time. But I rushed back to it once I discovered that my brain was starting to dull down, and I knew I just had to pick it up. It's quite refreshing. Sometimes I just pick up a book, and mostly for me, I like books on psychology. It has a way that it teaches you how to move through life. It gives you that iron mentality that you need even when it comes to trading. And of course, it shows you how to navigate life, and it teaches you ultimate and alternate rules, moves. You can't be hung up on one thing for the rest of your life, of course, and that is why I'm like an onion, all right? You peel me, there's another layer. You peel me, there's another layer. And that's why it's not only about trading, it's about real estate, it's about property, it's about investments in just whatever I can lay hands on. And right now, I have things that I'm doing right here, and I'm trying to connect with people, but back home, I had already established contacts, and it's a lot easier for me. So I'm doing different things, even back in my country. I'm invested in businesses there, which I don't know, with time, for those of you who will be interested, I will be filling you in on, and I'll be letting you know how I'm letting my money work for me in different ways. So basically that's it. Pick up hobbies that strengthen you, not just physically, but also mentally. Because the moment you walk into a room, I remind you, and you open your mouth, you have already told everybody who you are. Don't let anybody embarrass you. It doesn't matter what they're asking you, whether politics, football, or whatever. Always be ready. So that's it.
Oh, every day the sun rises and sets. And we have I think it's common knowledge that we rest at whatever point. When the sun sets, whenever you choose, but your body needs rest so your mind can function properly. I'm not a machine, guys. Yeah, I'm not a machine. And I need to relax, reboot, re-strategize, and move. Sometimes it's just spa dates. Sometimes I just like to kick back in my home. Right now, I'm in the comfort of my house, and I think I like the feel of my bed at this point. So I'm just gonna rest, and tomorrow we start, and then we continue going. All right, guys, I'll see you some other time.